Another special guest, all the way from Assam. It is Mridusmita Das, and she is known in the Assam circles as an upcoming author. Um, and she is basically an engineer, is what I understand. And now she is writing a number of books. I think one of the books is also available on our website, which is her first book. So, welcome, Mridu, and we are very happy to have you on the podcast. So, an engineer to author, I mean, share with us how did that happen and, your journey.
Hey, Dr. Sona, thank you so much for having me here. And yes, it has been an incredible journey for me. It was not all ups, but it was like a life wave, what you say. It was all up and down, but it was what I was destined maybe to do. That's what I ended up doing. And yes, the journey is tough, going
Yeah.
on still, but yes, because I know that I have been involved with HealthoTrack and organizations like that, which work for such noble causes. So I believe I am on the right track.
Yeah,
And the journey is fulfilling in a way, but it's very different, the engineering world and the author world.
of
But
course.
I yeah, but I love it that way. Two different worlds, one my passion, one what I love to do. So yeah, that's how I'll put it.
Okay,
It's been a
wonderful. So, what made you write your memoir? I think that's something everybody would want to know because that's a journey of resilience and hard work and, self-motivation. It's something that people will definitely learn from. I think it would be great if you could share.
Sure. Uh, it was a very dark phase when I started this book. And why I didn't intend to write this book. It was something God had for me, or it was maybe my soul chose it, this life. So it
Mm.
was not something which I wanted to write or I had it in my mind, but because an incident happened in my life which was there to change my life 360-degree. So I lost my husband. And after that, it was all darkness.
Mm.
I couldn't think of anything. I left my job. I came back from US. Life changed 360-degree. But during that phase, I found so many things. I was clueless, actually, first of all, to say. Then it was all a darker journey because it's all dark that I could see. And people were, even though they were trying to help, but I don't know, I was not being helped,
Mm.
sadly. And I don't know, maybe society is not equipped to react to situations like that because I, as an individual, I didn't know how to react to grief.
Yeah.
So now I understand.
Mm.
But that point of time, I wanted someone to know that I am not feeling okay. I
Mm.
am going through something which I can't express.
Mm.
And during one of my therapy lessons, I had to write. So when I wrote, I felt very good, relief.
Okay.
I said somewhere like I felt light, light
Mm.
as in very not heavy, and light as in light against darkness. So
Mm.
versus dark. So
Mm.
that was something which maybe wanted me as a widow to write about how a widow feels. How can somebody's identity change all of a sudden because
Yeah.
of something that had happened, and why people should be treating her differently, and what wrong has she done? We all say about karma and all, but suddenly things change for the individual. It's very difficult to digest, and she's still alive, but
Mm.
she has to now go through a lot. That is what made me write this memoir, because
Mm.
I was questioning uh, what is that made her lose her identity. She was
Mm.
born a free child. She had dreams. She wanted to achieve things for herself, but where in this point did she lose herself, and she had to bear all the pain and all the everybody's rant. So what made her face that? So that was what I wanted to write. And when I heard back from readers,
Mm.
unknown readers, that this is something we wanted to hear,
Yeah.
and that made me feel like, yeah, yes,
Can you
I
remember
wanted to write.
any feedback from any reader who was helped by reading your book and who you
Yes.
could share some of those instances?
Yes, I distinctively remember one incident. I was in Assam when I wrote this book, and I released it on the 15th of August, Independence Day of 2023. And within a month or so, I got a phone call, and I attended, and it was an unknown caller, and she said that she knew me. I said, okay. She said that I stay in the same society as yours in
Oh,
NCR. So yeah, and then it was good to know. I didn't know her, she didn't know me by face. And then she said she has just lost her husband, and she was going through this.
mm,
And the she connected with me on so many points, that she wanted to draw attention, that she wanted me to write this book in Hindi, and she also wanted
okay.
to draw attention to such pointers which people don't talk about.
Mm,
We try to hide those under carpets. So, but the person who goes through only understand.
yeah,
That is what she pointed out, and she
yeah.
told that it was very raw,
Mm,
raw. Yes, that's what I connected. I said, yes, it was unfiltered. And
mm,
she wanted me to keep on writing more. And I
mm,
felt very good after that call. I did
mm.
translate my book after after a
Okay.
year. But
Mm,
yes, this is what I remember very distinctively. And during fairs and others things, when I get to meet the readers, this book actually attracts people who need to
who
read
need?
it. So they, yeah, they come with their own stories, they have their own questions, and they are in the path of finding, I think, themselves or connecting inwards. That's when this book find them. And I have seen again and again that they, all my readers have some stories, whoever
Yeah,
chose this book. And I loved that, because I had in Assam Book Fair met many of my readers who are still connected with me. So I get DMs from
wonderful.
them, and yeah,
So the purpose
it's
of the
that.
book, I mean, it served its purpose and it was able to help people who were going through something that you had lived through, and it's wonderful. So
Mm.
after that, you have written for kids. So from self-help, now you have written a book for children. I mean, what was the thought behind it?
You know what, Dr. Shona? I always used to joke with my husband, because I used to write since my childhood, and I always wanted to be an author. Somewhere
Mm,
down, I knew I wanted to be an author, but how would I with this corporate job of mine? And
mm,
I really found time, because
mm,
maybe it was not my priority. That's why I never had time for it.
mm,
But when I wrote this book, this book was very heavy. Uh, it it made me write everything which I couldn't express. After that, I started feeling like the old Mridu. Means
mm,
I had lost her, but
mm,
this book made me find her back. So
mm,
I really am grateful to this writing process of that memoir of mine, and I could connect back to myself, which basically the inner child I wanted to connect. And that's when I thought I would tell this story about the sparrows of Michigan, because I happened to be in Michigan, and I used to tell a little story to my daughter about a group of sparrows which goes inside a bush. It was a big, it was covered with snow, and I
okay.
used to tell her, like, make up stories and tell her that there's a bedroom and a book full, library full of books inside
Mm,
that bush, because that
okay.
they goes inside. Uh-huh. So I thought, why not write something which will make me feel good
Yeah.
as an adult, because
Mm,
I still love reading Tinkles,
mm,
and yeah, which will, my daughter can also read. So that was the idea, and this was very healing. It gives me immense happiness to create something for the children. So I started writing more to, make me myself happy, and in that process it reached. I had two books when I joined my first book fair in Assam, and children came for this book. They bought their siblings the next day if they had visited
Mm.
one day, and they wanted the house like the sparrows had. Like they wanted a theme park like the sparrows had. So this is somewhere,
Oh,
they always.
beautiful. Yeah, it's like a fairy
Yeah.
tale. Hmm.
So I really could connect, and I felt very good that they are taking interest, and this made me, whole, because I was
Hmm.
broken. And
Hmm.
then I slowly came back to who I was, and
Hmm.
all the me. So yes,
Yeah.
that's why I write for children.
Wonderful. So, kids nowadays are glued to their phones, and they are more connected with the screens than with the books. So I think
Mm.
books like yours would help draw kids into reading and such things. So, why do you write for kids? It's apart from this whole connecting with yourself, is there any other reason? Do you think you can impact this whole process of getting them back to reading instead of being glued to phones?
That definitely is one purpose. You know what, I was scared that nobody would read this children's book, because I saw children around very much glued to screen. But it was real eye opener for me when I could see that there are a bunch of families which never switch on TVs.
Oh,
So they have, yeah, they have weekly targets, not as in target, but
okay.
to they love reading. So this
Hmm.
was something which was very unreal for me.
Hmm.
Does this really happen? But I
Hmm.
had met families in these book fairs. So in Assam, I met a family. So I wanted to understand from them, what is that something that, why do you keep reading? No, oh, me as a child, if I remember, my father had given me books, very thin books, which I tried that thin books which I can complete, and with
Okay.
pictures.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's something I still remember, that was the foundation of me loving books.
Hmm.
So maybe that led to
Hmm.
writing as well. I had that in me. If someday I could make someone fall in love with writing or reading, so I would take that
Hmm.
opportunity. So whenever someone asks, these little ones write these days, so
Hmm.
they want me to read their, manuscripts and draft version. So I have got readers and budding writers also who
Hmm.
are writing. So it would be wrong to say that there are only children, but yes, definitely there are a group of children who have not seen how it is to explore books. And that's why whenever I get a chance, I try to tell them, look at this, these are much more these are much more creative, and you can
Hmm.
just be in your own imaginary world if you can read books. But they are smarter.
Hmm.
They are smart, and many of them, oh, are going back to books, and I
Okay.
would definitely love to be contributing to that. So I try
Hmm.
more, and
Hmm.
why not, and a young mind, and help them,
Yeah.
that way. But
Yeah.
kids these days are smart,
Yeah.
and they they learn so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, how is the reading culture in Assam? I think we all don't know much about, though we see your images in festivals, the Assam Fest, and, some other
Uh,
little events. So, how is the
mm,
reading culture there?
Amazing.
Mm.
One word, if I say, we value a lot, means uh, our chief minister has declared this year as the year of reading.
Mm.
So too much of emphasis was always there
Mm.
on the reading habits, on music, on dance. So we are very much oriented towards the culture. So reading is, what you say, it is very much connected to the roots itself, because everybody, I think, I see most of the people, they have a thing for writing. Someone or the other, they love poetry. So, and the schools, they encourage you. There are competitions there. For my when I started, when I published my first poem, my father got it published. Means he sent it to the newspaper. It got published, and my teachers were so supportive of it. If I now look back, it was just a poem, not so great, if I might say, but they were so encouraging that I felt like a star. And
Okay.
that never, yeah, that
Yeah.
made me feel so special. So it's always in there to, to give an environment where you can express, uh,
Okay.
be it extempore, express in a well, or be it essay writing, be it any form of literature. So it, yes, and
Mm.
with the mighty Brahmaputra being there and all the greenery, it is a writer's paradise. So you are bound to be inspired by nature.
Mm.
I feel so.
Yeah. Also, the great folk culture of all of East, in fact,
Yeah,
it contributes.
correct.
Mm.
Correct, correct. So, yes, we hear about great people and that stays, and you
Yeah.
want to write, yeah, subconsciously want to be like them.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that helps. Yes, you are right. Yes, that helps.
What are
Yeah.
your future projects? What are you working on now? Is it something on self-help, like your first book, or is it for the kids, or what are the plans?
Hmm. I have some things going in parallel. So I have
Okay.
something for the kids for sure.
Oh.
And I'm working on something very close to heart. It would have some personal uh, incidents of my life as well. It would be something I think maybe next year or so I'll be able to. Means a widow was a memoir, one of the incident. There are some other incidents which I want to speak because motherhood is something very
Mm.
special, and a mother is judged by the
Mm.
society if she is unconventional. And
Mm.
I just want to draw attention to that fact, because we don't have a village anymore to support raising a kid.
Yeah.
So the mother may be unconventional and not as per the traditional,
Mm.
but yes, I do want to address that every mother is special. She need
Mm.
not prove it to the world how special
Mm.
she is. So that's
Mm.
something I want it to be personal, and I am working on it, but it will take time.
Mm.
So yes, definitely that is one thing I
Okay,
want to.
okay. Sounds pretty interesting. I think I'll be the first to pick that book because, it certainly resonates with me, and it would with most of the women, I think. Mm. So, what keeps motivating you to write? How do you make time?
Yeah, that is something I always, I always get it asked. But yes, weekend is something I look forward to so that I can put in more efforts, because weekdays I tend to lose that spark if I have the monotonous work going on. So because I think I need my space to write. So even at the end of a tiring day, if I can write or create something, I feel very energetic. But I have to get that. Means I just can't sit and start writing. I have to feel like I need to write now, that I will rush home and I'll sit and write.
Okay.
So yeah, that inner thing is there. Something happens to me that I need to write, and
Mm.
that after writing, I feel so happy. So that happiness, I think dopamine release. I think that is my.
Okay.
I don't know how to put it, but yeah, that gives me happiness. And writing was something which healed me, and it was always there with me. I never recognized it, so it was always there since as a kid I used to write. So it was always there. I have given an interview, I think. Only my pen stayed with me when no one else was there by my side. So writing is that friend to me. So
Mm.
it's very, very, very close to heart, and I feel very good after that, after writing
It's
something.
cathartic, like sort of, it takes you out of that whole frame of mind where you're struggling. And after you
Yes,
write, you feel uh, much better. You feel lighter, and that's your experience. Wonderful.
yes, yes. I feel good. I really feel good.
Okay. So, finally, any message that you have for our listeners, um, especially, with respect to your first book, who is it meant for? Why should people read it? And what will they gain out of it? And any other thing also that you would want to share?
Yeah, I want to address one thing. Life is very short. So life, I have a quote for myself. It evolved over the years. So life is to live it lively. Each moment that we creep, it's going. Time is just passing away. So
Mm,
why not? Instead of
mm,
creeping and crying, just see and be grateful for all that we still have.
yeah.
If we have to look at the weaknesses and what not God has given us, there is a long list. But then there is a huge list for what maybe people look up to you, or maybe you are so blessed in others' eyes. So we need to, as a person, I need to see within me what is that I can be grateful of. And
So I think finally, I'm sure everyone would like to, know what message you have for them, and also with respect to your, the darkest moments in your life, leading to something that was, way different from what you had imagined, and how you have converted that darkest moment into a moment of light.
thank you for that question. And Dr. Sona, actually, something had broken for me, and it was very, 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 very dark. But during this therapy lessons, I learned one thing, like darkness is something which is not scary. It's beautiful, because if we can appreciate the beauty on the underneath the ocean, right, when we just maybe if we hit the rock bottom, if we are underneath that ocean, isn't it a beautiful place to be? If we close our eyes and just imagine like how silence or how this unknown can be beautiful. So I suddenly got this. So it's somebody obviously there who are guiding us. It's not that I suddenly got this idea. There must be some higher force which is operating, which is helping us. That's what I think. I started my journey inward. And when everybody say look inward, be spiritual, nothing helps unless we are actually,
Mhm.
we are
Mhm.
ready and
Mhm.
we hit that point in time, nothing will help. So I think I had that moment when so much of darkness happened. I started accepting
Mhm.
that this is it. This I had to face, because if something has happened, I have to accept it. I can't run away. I tried running away, it didn't help. So I did everything. But when I accepted, darkness felt beautiful for me.
Mhm.
It was no longer scary. I couldn't switch off the light and sleep at night. I had
Mhm.
so many sleepless nights. I felt
Mhm.
like he's sitting on the bed. So I'm in the very room today giving this interview. I don't feel scared anymore, and everything is in the mind. So, but it is easy to say. It's
Mhm.
very difficult to practice. I had
Mhm.
sleepless night. I had crying days. I used to not sleep, not eat. Everything happened. But now I say that yes, this happens, and we are only given that much that we can, tolerate. God is God is very, He is the Almighty. He knows us much more than we know, and that's how I think I motivated myself. I tried to come out of this grief one baby step, not even one, half a baby step each day, maybe. And at the end of the day, I used to thank God when I came to my senses. Thank God you let me survive one more day. And if I
Mhm.
had survived Corona, there might be something bigger with my life. So
Mhm.
let me try to. And when
Mhm.
I got a chance, I spoke about this. Means it's okay. People will pull you down, but who have felt it, who have gone through dark times, they will not. they will understand. Only the one who are shallow, they will judge you with all the wrong reasons, but who has felt it, they will never. So if I had seen the worst and I can come out of it, so can anyone. And
Mm.
everyone has that resilience. Everyone is powerful. Every soul is so powerful. So I think everyone can if they decide. But yes, if I say it today, nobody will agree unless they believe it, they can. And my book, it makes one feel that each of the person, each of the soul is so precious. Life is so precious, it's not to
Mm.
be wasted. So
Mm.
yes, my book makes one feel special about themselves and make them fall in love with themselves, that
Mm.
what is that I have done for myself. Someday
Mm.
I was a small girl or a small boy having lots of dreams. What happened to all my dreams?
Mm.
So that is where I think I connect. And yeah, this is one thing I want all the listeners, all the readers to take with them, that they are so powerful. They don't need anyone to say that. They should believe on that. At
Mm.
moments people they tell us things otherwise, but we should believe, even if for a 1 2 minutes or 5 10 minutes or a whole day you don't believe, but you should believe in yourself. That's
Mm.
it. Because yeah, God loves you and he has plans for you. That's something for
Wonderful,
sure.
wonderful. I think everybody will learn, from this podcast also. And, the way you have shared your experiences and the way you have handled loss and managed your grief and, self-motivated yourself. I think there's a lot to learn for everybody. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And maybe we'll do another one when you write the next book, which I'll be waiting for.
And Dr. Shona, you are doing very nice and noble cause. You are connected with this HealthoTrack and you have started something so noble. And all the best for
Thank
this.
you.
And
Thank you
I
so
hope,
much.
yeah, I'm very happy and thank you